Hi, I'm Pam from AccuQuilt, and I'm here today to help you make this beautiful quilt behind me called Breezy Buttons. We're going to use our cube, and we're going to show you an easy way to use charm packs along with our cube. Isn't the fabric beautiful? We'd like to thank Robert Kaufman for that beautiful fabric. If you have charm packs at home, this is a great way to use them up. Also, if you have scraps from your stash, a great way to use those as well. So today, all we need is our 6-inch cube, and we only need 3 dies from that cube. We need die number 2, die number 8, and die number 5. So pull out your 6-inch cube and follow along. Now, if you don't have a 6-inch cube and you want to use your 8, 9, or 12-inch cube, you can. Just remember the fabric adjustments are going to be more. So first thing I want to do is I'm going to cut some half-square triangles. You'll notice there are 4 half-square triangles on the die. The two-tone foam shows you where I should just lay the fabric. Now, if I'm going to use a charm pack today, you can cut up to 6 layers of cotton fabric every single time. You're always going to get perfect and accurate cuts 90% faster than rotary cutters or scissors. So watch this. I'm going to lay my die down here. Now you need to be careful because the charm pack is just going to barely fit over the edge. So I'm going to take and fold it over. You want to make sure that the lengthwise grain of the fabric is traveling back and forth through the machine. So there's an easy way to do this. You simply pull in the fabric, see it's nice and tight. Here it's low and kind of wonky. You want that high and tight way. That's the lengthwise grain to travel back and forth through the machine. So there's 2 layers right here. Here's our 3rd layer and our 4th layer. And then I'm going to find the lengthwise grain one more time. Kind of low and wonky, high and really tight. This is the lengthwise grain. And I'm going to put it right here. There's 5 layers and 6 layers. Okay, again, I'm just going to lay my fabric right over that two-tone foam so I know exactly where it's going to cut. Take my cutting mat, which is included in your 6-inch cube, and cover the die. Today I'm going to use my Go machine. If you have a Go Baby, you can use the 6-inch cube, or a Go Big, you can use it as well. So our Go machine, I'm just going to take, and you want to lay it flat on a solid surface. I want it about waist high, so this is a really good height for me. So now I'm just going to roll the die through the cutter. Look how easy it goes through. Now I'm going to take my die and my cutting mat. Now this is kind of a tip. If you lift this cutting mat up, all the pieces fly everywhere. So I'm going to slide that mat off. Just pull away. Look, we barely had any waste of fabric. And ta-da! We've cut perfect half-square triangles. You'll notice that we've cut off the dog ears. So when I put these half-square triangles together, this is now the perfect 1/4-inch seam. It works so beautifully. That's how we can always make sure we're doing it accurately if you're using our Go dies. So I'm going to take some of these fabrics and I'm going to put together the center part of our block. So you notice I've already started to sew a little bit of it yesterday. I have the outer borders and then I have 3 of the pinwheel centers. So let me show you how easy it is to sew the last half-square triangle together, and then I'm going to show you how to put them together so they lay flat. So I have my white half-square triangle and my blue half-square triangle. I'm just going to start here. Okay, now this is where I have to take off my shoes because I can't sew with my shoes on. Great. Now I'm going to press this open, and you can see how perfect that square is, because what's happened is I've cut the dog ears off and sewn again on that 1/4-inch seam allowance. So now it fits perfectly into our block. Now, it's really important when you're sewing this quilt together that you want the centers to lay flat so those points all come together. Now I'm going to take these 2 pieces of half-square triangles. We've sewn them together, and we're going to put them right sides together. Look how easy they match up because we've cut them perfectly and we've sewn on that 1/4 inch seam. Now I'm going to take my little pin, I'm kind of a pinner, I'm going to pin it together and then just come right down here to my 1/4 inch seam. Now because I can chain stitch, I'm going to take those next sections of half square triangles that have been sewn together, put them right sides together. Again, look how great they match up. Stick my little pin inside and run it through. All right. See how fast that was? See how perfect those have been sewn together? I'm just going to take my scissors, cut those threads, take out the pins, take out the pin here. Now, in order for the centers to come together perfectly, like they do in our quilt, you want to press the seams in opposite directions. So watch. On this one, I'm just going to press to this side. This one, I'm going to press the other direction. Now I'm going to put right sides together and they're going to lay flat because those seams are been pressed the opposite direction. And I'm going to stick a little pin in there. Take it out. So now I'm going to take my block and I'm going to press on the back side the seam towards each of those blue half square triangles. That way, when I do this, you get that swirling effect and the block lays flat. So see, I've pressed to this blue half square triangle and this blue half square triangle, and look at the front. Ta-da! Perfect every single time. So now, if you were going to continue to make this block, you would simply start with the next block, where you would sew these half square triangles that have been sewn together, our little pink ones. Then you're going to add the white rectangle and continue to build the blocks until you finish the quilt. What a great idea for a baby gift or maybe for a little girl's room. A great way to bust your stash because it's so much faster than cutting with rotary cutters or scissors. We'd love to see your finished projects, so find us at AccuQuilt.com and share your ideas on our ideas page. Also look for us on Facebook, Pinterest, Twitter, and Instagram. I'm Pam from AccuQuilt, and remember, we're here to help you cut time so you can quilt more.